Thank you, Chair. Honourable Chair, honourable members of the European Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honour and pleasure to be here with you as Commissioner designate. In the following, I want to tell you who I am, what my goals are, and how I think we can achieve these goals together. I have to admit that I never imagined that I would be here on this bench when I campaigned for Finnish membership of the European Union at the age of 19. Neither when I participated in the board meetings of the European Social Democratic Youth, or when I co-founded and chaired a pro-European youth organization in Finland. Neither when I did my Erasmus exchange in Vienna and studied music with my fellow Europeans. Yes, yet it was during those times when I developed my strong European identity. Yet it was during those times that I developed my strong belief that European integration is good for Europe and good for the world. Yet it is my European identity and my belief in integration that have guided me to this date, from my political life as a parliamentarian, Minister of Finance and Deputy Prime Minister, to my life as a mother and a work in a civil society, and my recent role as a special representative on peace mediation. Yet it is my European identity and my belief in an ever closer union that have led me to this moment where, with your approval and consent, I hope to become a member of the College of European Commissioners. So, dear members of the European Parliament, you can believe me that I sit here in front of you inspired but also humble. Humble as a true believer in representative democracy. Dear European members of the European Parliament, major trends reshape our world and are impacting us all. Climate change, digitalization, migration and mobility, and inequalities, to name but a few. Having served in civil society organizations as well as in parliamentary and governmental work on foreign and development issues, I am committed to fighting inequality, supporting least developed countries, and promoting sustainable development. As Deputy Prime Minister, I volunteered to chair the National Commission for Sustainable Development. I found it extremely important to bring together different ministries and stakeholders. It is only together that we can really achieve important goals. Now the President-elect has chosen the same way to proceed. In the mission letters, she has stated that the College as a whole is responsible for the delivery of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. I am proud of this holistic approach, and I intend to support fully this shared exercise in both internal and external policies. I am convinced that the Agenda 2030 is a golden opportunity for Europe. The European Commissioner for International Partnerships delivers on the implementation of SDGs in the world. My ambition is to eradicate poverty through international cooperation and development support. Our global responsibility is set out in the treaties and aligns with our values of human rights and human dignity. My ambition is to do it in a strategic and effective manner, ensuring it evolves with new global realities. Delivering on SDGs serves also our EU interests. We are talking about the sustainability of our planet. We are talking about human insecurity, driving people to conflicts and forced migration. Mr. Chairman and honourable members, before I entered politics, I worked as a teacher, so education is close to my heart. A sustainable, inclusive and equal world cannot be built without quality education for all. Education can help us cope with some of today's and tomorrow's challenges and megatrends. Think about the power of education to change behaviors on the environment or climate change, or the role of education in preparing future labor markets for the digital age. My commitment to the 20% target for human development in the new financing instrument is therefore clear. There are different kinds of needs. Fragile areas definitely need our attention. So does, for example, basic education, early childhood education, and education of young girls. And this brings me to a more personal point. It is my conviction that educating and empowering women and girls is the precondition for creating truly inclusive societies. I know what it means to break class ceilings. As the first female chairman of the Social Democratic Party of Finland, as my country's first ever female commissioner designate. So let me assure you today of my deep commitment to prioritizing gender equality and mainstreaming it in all our policies and programs. So I will focus on SDGs, fighting inequality and poverty eradication. But how? We need to design, based on priorities, modern country strategies and modern regional strategies that will contribute to delivering the Sustainable Development Goals. Such initiatives need the right funding. By finalizing negotiations on the multi-annual financial framework, we can show partners that we are serious about improving the lives of people. And I intend to work with you and others to facilitate an agreement on the Neighbourhood Development and International Cooperation Instrument. In today's world, traditional methods of aid delivery are not enough. They are not enough to meet the SDGs. They are not enough to forge the kind of partnerships that are fit for the new global realities. As the European Commissioner, I will commit to using our assistance also for leveraging more domestic revenue and more private sector capital. 21st century development policy has to harness all instruments to generate more investments, jobs, better regulation and improved governance. This includes using the fullest of potential of our external investment plan. I see the modernized title, International Partnerships, as a big opportunity. It reflects our focus on multilateralism and cooperation as equal partners. The EU working on its own cannot save the planet and prepare for the future. It will have to be done together by the EU and our partners working hand in hand. The EU will be the guardian of multilateralism and the rules-based order. The combined assistance capacity of the EU and its member states needs to be used coherently to promote our values and objectives, both on the ground in partner countries, but also in international financial institutions. Back in 2015, when the global community moved from the Millennium Development Goals to the Sustainable Development Goals, it abandoned the formula of North-South, donor-recipient, developed-developing. Instead, the global community set out a universal, ambitious, and far-reaching blueprint agreed by all and for all. As a European Commissioner, I would make sure that the EU is a reliable and solid ally for partner countries in their SDG journeys. Strong international partnerships with Africa, Latin America, Caribbean, Asia, and the Pacific can help us to take on many of today's major generational issues. Also, such comprehensive partnerships will help us to unlock opportunities and to address challenges linked to migration management together. If confirmed as Commissioner, it is my intention to build on the EU-Africa Alliance for Sustainable Investment and Jobs towards a comprehensive European strategy for Africa. In this effort, I will work alongside the High Representative and Vice President and other fellow commissioners. The partnership with our neighboring continent has deepened economically for the benefit of both African and European citizens, with the private sector involved in creating jobs and providing new skills. I want to continue on this path, deepening our mutual interests and our capacity to reap opportunities jointly. We must turn our backs on the old narrative of Africa as a continent of instability and poverty. Instead, we have to welcome with open arms Africa as a young continent of hope and prosperity. I will also make it my priority to conclude negotiations on the post-Cotonou agreement. We need to complete a modern, strategic and influential alliance between the EU and the African, Caribbean and Pacific states on the international stage, one that serves our common interests and all our people. And let me assure you today that I will not waver in my commitment to the appropriate parliamentary dimension of this future partnership. Dear colleagues, the European Union draws its strength from all its institutions. So I want to emphasize my commitment to working with other institutions towards the same objective. We will cement the EU as world leader in international cooperation and development support. As a parliamentarian, I truly believe in representative democracy, and I will do my utmost to make the special relationship between the Commission and the European Parliament ever stronger and deeper. I am here to listen to you. I value your experience, knowledge, and views. I will work closely with the High Representative Vice President in making Europe as an influential global player. In the spirit of a geopolitical commission, as announced by the President-elect, I also intend cooperating closely with other commissioners whose policy areas affect EU external action. And I will continue driving work with member states on joint analysis, joint programming, and joint implementation, as well as on achieving the official development assistance target of 0.7% of gross national income. The civil society organizations are perhaps our greatest allies and must be at the heart of the European Union's work on international cooperation and development. It is in everyone's interest to involve them as much as possible in policy making and the design and implementation of our programs. Honourable Chair, dear colleagues, we need politics for our planet, for humankind. European citizens are expecting us to act. The youth, they want more. Our children deserve that we do our best. I want to build trust together with you. Trust that our partners see a strong EU delivering SDGs and fighting poverty. Trust that our citizens understand the reasoning and results of our development and cooperation work. Trust between people and institutions, because a more equal world is achieved only together. So now it is time for me to listen to you and try to answer your questions. Thank you.